We'll take a look at the latest on the aftermath of the most recent campus shootings.
And LGBT History Month was celebrated on Weber State's campus this past week. We find out what activities were available to students to participate in.
And I'll take a look at the Haven training program and how it's being implemented here at Weber State. The Cat Call begins now. Hello and welcome to the Cat Call. I'm Michael Cruz.
And I'm Christina Cummings. For our top story, more communities are struggling to go back to a sense of normalcy after 2 more campus shootings this month. According to the Associated Press, students in Oregon are back in class after the shooting that occurred and claimed 9 lives earlier this month. Meanwhile, police have charged 18-year-old Stephen Jones with second-degree murder after killing 1 student and injuring 3 others at Northern Arizona University on October 9th. Another campus shooting that same day at Texas Southern University left 1 student dead, another injured. The university's president encouraged students to be more alert on what's going on around them.
Weber State's police department would like students to know about the importance of using Code Purple. Emily Ferguson has the report.
The Public Safety Building has some advice on how to stay safe in an emergency situation.
First thing we try to tell everybody is to sign up for the text messaging aspect, because in a real emergency, everybody's getting on their phone, calling their loved ones, and the voice data lines can get jammed up.
Sergeant Davies recommends students take advantage of all aspects of Code Purple.
Before Code Purple, there wasn't really an emergency notification system that covered all aspects of email, telephone, cellular phone, and text messaging.
Sergeant Davies also offers a class in which participants can learn better ways to protect themselves on campus.
There's a 20-minute video you can watch, and I also teach a class in person. If they want to take that class, they can contact me and set that up.
Previous school shootings across the country attracted Weber State to use safety precautions. To learn more or to update your Code Purple information, visit weber.edu/police.
Thanks, Emily. It seems that students have many options to help keep themselves safe here on campus.
With sexual assault being a major topic on every college campus, Utah has a statewide initiative for students to take the online Haven training. I went out to find out what it was all about. In order to combat sexual assault, Weber State University is asking students to take a sexual assault training known as the Haven training. Stephanie McClure, director of the Women's Center, says it's well worth the students' time.
It also does a really good job of helping educate students into knowing what are the warning signs of an unhealthy relationship, and to be able to assess if something is happening that's unsafe around them, and gives them the skills to know how to address those situations.
Some students say they didn't know the training was there. Others said the training took too long to complete.
Nothing at all.
I haven't heard of that. As my brother-in-law went through it, and it took him over an hour and a half, and he goes through things quickly.
According to McClure, 20% of students have completed the training. Student body president Cash Knight says people shouldn't blame the university for not getting the word out.
Students out there that don't know that their student ID gives them free admittance to football and basketball games. It's not a failure by the university to market Haven, it's a failure by the students to be approachable and be marketable.
Knight added that 90 minutes is a small sacrifice for the benefit of stopping sexual assault on campus.
Stop watching Vampire Diaries and instead do this class for an hour, and then go right back to Vampire Diaries. I don't care.
Students can take the training by logging on to their Weber portal and searching for Safe at Weber. Have you taken the training yet, Christina?
I have, actually, but that's also because I'm part of WSUSA.
Yeah, I took it last night. It didn't take very long, so.
No, and there's 2 parts, so students have to be aware.
And you can come back in anytime you want, so you can take a break.
Yeah. All right, do you consider yourself colorblind? That was the question being asked by organizers of the Weber State's 17th Annual Diversity Conference.
This is a critical conference for us for any number of reasons, one of which is because we learn from each other and with each other. And that means that when people look different, speak a different language, come from a different part of the country, they're not deficient, they're different.
Dr. Michael Eric Dyson was the keynote speaker for this year's conference. He discussed topics of racial and gender inequality and what can be done to bring about needed change.
Guilt may be necessary, but it's the oil that greases the machine, but it's not the machinery itself. The mechanisms of social change occur when people grapple with facts and forces they can no longer ignore.
The speakers encouraged those in attendance to get involved and to have those difficult discussions and take an honest look if we are truly colorblind.
Weber State's LGBT Resource Center recognized LGBT History Month with a week-long celebration of personal pride. Christina Huerta was there for the start of the events.
LGBTQ Pride Week opened with a celebration of National Coming Out Day by holding a resource fair to educate others and support the LGBTQ community. The newly established LGBT Resource Center invited students to challenge misconceptions about the LGBTQ community by writing positive messages on the Coming Out Day closet door. Those partaking in the celebration talked about what Pride Week means to them.
Today, for me, means just being out, being who I am.
We celebrate coming out as a way to be who we are and to show people who we are.
National Coming Out Day is a celebration of people being able to be who they are as a whole.
The LGBT Resource Center opened in January 2015 to advocate for LGBTQ students and to educate about gender identity and expression as well as sexual orientation. Members of the LGBT Resource Center explained some of the benefits that the center has to offer.
We teach about what it means to be LGBT and how people can be an ally for the community.
The center is a place where you can make friends, know about events, get a kind of community together so that when you do come out, it's a lot easier.
For more information about LGBT Resource Center opportunities, visit weber.edu/LGBT Resource Center. For the Cat Call, I'm Christina Huerta.
Thanks, Christina. Students can visit the new LGBT Resource Center on the first floor of the Student Services Building.
WCSA will be hosting a series of jam night featuring local artists and free food. The event will be held about every 6 weeks throughout the year. The event will tie in with the Sessions on the Ledge, a weekly event where an artist plays their music in the Shepherd Union Atrium.
What we want to do is incorporate it to get more talent from Weber State, let people know about it.
It's important too to like push art. It's important. It's as important as anything else.
In addition, WCSA plans to host an open mic night in January where they plan to invite students with more talent to events like this. For more information, students can contact WCSA or Katie Stewart through email at katherinestewart2@mail.weber.edu.
September was Hispanic Heritage Month. The city of Ogden ended it with a festival, and Weber State is showing their continued Hispanic community support up here on campus.
Last Saturday at the Union Station, the Ogden Hispanic Festival drew hundreds of people from all types of backgrounds, including Mexican, Peruvian, Dominican, and Uruguayan. The festival included booths, music, dancing, and lots of food. But one of the main points of the festival was to highlight different organizations in the community who have helped the Hispanic population, including Weber State.
Outstanding support and sponsoring the Ogden Hispanic Festival.
With the event at Ogden Station, that was a declaration. It was to recognize our efforts at Weber State, that we are doing research and figuring out why aren't we retaining these students and what can we do better to retain them.
With growing diversity, Weber State is focusing on Hispanic students. In 2011, there was an 8% increase in Hispanic enrollment, followed by a 27% increase in 2012. The number has steadily climbed over the last 3 years.
Our role is to especially focus on our Hispanic students in getting them into the institution, but also retaining them and helping them graduate.
Weber State's campus has a lot of Hispanic community ties and extracurricular activities. They are finishing Hispanic Heritage Month off with a guest speaker and keynote presentation by State Senator Luz Robles Escamilla. For the Cat Call, I'm Nick Garrett.
As the student population here at Weber becomes more and more diverse, be sure to keep an eye out for all the different activities being offered by the diversity program to help further involve everyone on campus.
Parking here on campus can be a really great benefit, but still be a total pain. With the pros and cons of parking, here's Charles Davis.
Here at Weber State University, students have the privilege of parking on campus. Still, that doesn't seem to make up for the lack of availability for parking. By 8:30 a.m., it's a guarantee that all parking spots are taken. And if you park outside of your parking pass area, you get slapped with a $16 ticket.
Up like an hour earlier to even find a parking spot and get to class on time, which messes up my schedule.
Many consider building a parking complex for W students with W passes, while others just accept it and wake up early to find a parking spot and avoid getting a ticket. With the Cat Call, I'm Charles Davis.
For information on parking and parking services, go to weber.edu/financial-services/parking. Now, that is why I cannot wait until I'm a senior, so I can get a nail out. It's ridiculous, don't you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's so ridiculous that I don't even drive to school. I have a car and I just take the bus because I don't want to mess with it. So, you know, October is Hunger Awareness Month, but every day is Hunger Awareness Day at Weber State with their Weber Cares program. Unfortunately, donations are starting to decrease and the food supply is running low. Weber Cares is a program designed to help feed hungry and/or struggling students and faculty. Eric Lancaster is a student leader and the chair for Weber Cares.
Anyone can donate food. Students can drop off food outside the front of the door. They can bring it up during our normal hours, which is 12:30 to 3:30, or they can leave it in the CSEL office, the Community Engaged Learning office.
Students can also email Weber Cares to come pick up donations. Weber Cares is located on the 4th floor of the Shepherd Union Building across the administration office and next to the signpost.
A world-renowned Civil War artist has come to Ogden to present some of his artwork, thanks to several Weber State faculty and staff members. Scott Stevens has more.
What started out as a simple trip to visit a Civil War reenactment in Virginia has become a rare opportunity for Weber State students and the Ogden community to see several pieces of Mort Kunzler's artwork and to meet him in person.
On a Civil War reenactment in Virginia, we met an individual that knew Mort Kunzler, the artist who's here, and that kind of started this connection with contacting Mort Kunzler.
Kunzler's approach to creating his artwork provides both Weber State students and the Ogden community the opportunity to learn about the Civil War in a way that is different from traditional historical studies.
History is also more memorable when it's visual. A lot of people remember history through visual things, not just reading and stuff. So this adds a different component to teach history.
Kunzler typically spends his time lecturing and showing his work on the East Coast, making this opportunity to see his artwork and meet him in person even more rare for students and public alike.
So to have him come out west where he doesn't have a lot of showings and stuff is a unique thing for Ogden City and also Weber State University.
Reporting for the Cat Call, I'm Scott Stevens.
That exhibit looks like a great opportunity for students to brush up on their Civil War knowledge. For that and the next American History exam, thanks, Scott. All right, well, thank you for watching, and I sincerely enjoyed being here with you, and make sure to catch us next time. I'm Christina Cummings.
And I'm Michael Cruz. See you next time.